think the conversation is an opportunity. It's a really interesting opportunity to express your informed views on a topic that's currently interesting.
I understand the conversation to be a platform that allows researchers and academics to broadcast the research to a wider public. The beauty of it is that researchers are paired with a journalist, an actual journalist.
It seems to be a really good forum for presenting science, but in a public engagement friendly way, so you're trying to explain it in a nice clear way to people, so it's a good way to get across quite complicated messages, and it's nice because you're usually writing about topical stories.
I think the conversation is really good because they work with you to turn the sort of academic mindset into one that communicates with the broader public. They have a sort of internal tool where they tell you how well you're pitching your language to the audience. I was in red and I tried my best and I kind of pushed it down to amber. And now it's actually become much easier because I've become accustomed to that way of writing.
I've written 3 pieces for the conversation. The third piece, that was the one that went worldwide. That piece was eventually picked up by the Washington Post. So suddenly there was I being quoted as an expert from Stirling University in the Washington Post.
I've been approached by a Chinese website from the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. They wanted to have some quotes. I've been on the radio in the context of that, BBC. I've been on radio even in South Korea.
We wrote this piece for the conversation and it got taken up by lots of newspapers, so it was in the Daily Mail, it was on the front of the Telegraph, and then I was live on Sky News in the morning, and then Anthony O'Hare, who wrote the paper with me, he was on Radio Scotland.
The piece we wrote for the article raised discussion in our topic. It's been read by a fair amount of people. I think it's about more than 100,000 now, and it's a top 10 in all conversation pieces written.
I would definitely recommend folk to write for the conversation. It is exciting, it's great fun. It's an antidote to our normal approaches.
So I've certainly been recommending it to lots of my colleagues, and I've encouraged a few of them to come along on the training courses and things. I think it's a really nice way of communicating the research that you're really interested in.
I would recommend to write for the conversation because it gets your research out there. The conversation is excellent because it's open access, everybody can read it, and it's understandable to the layman.